Hello and good day. My name is Michael Paul Brown, and I am a solutions architect here at N2W Software. In this video, I'll be covering how to install Cloud Protection Manager using CloudFormation. Now, if you're not familiar with CloudFormation, don't worry. We've already done the legwork for you. So all you really need to do is follow along in this video and fill in the blanks. Just a small note before we do begin, you will need permissions that allow you to use CloudFormation, as well as create a role, security group, and launch an EC2 instance. So, if you're ready, let's jump right in. Our first step is to log into our AWS Management Console, and from here, we can navigate over to the AWS Marketplace. Now I've already done all of that and selected our Cloud Protection Manager free trial and BYOL edition. So all I have to do is click continue to subscribe. Next, we just have to click continue to configuration. And on the configure this software page, choose our fulfillment option. Select CloudFormation, and in the region area, you can specify exactly where you'd like to spin up Cloud Protection Manager. I'm going to select North California. Click continue to launch. And for our action here, launch CloudFormation. Click launch. Now our awesome dev team already created a template for us to use. So we don't have to worry about creating a template from scratch. This template contains all the resources and dependencies needed to spin up Cloud Protection Manager. So all we have to do is just click next. The first thing we have to do on the specified details page is to assign a stack name or give this stack a name. Now, if you're wondering, well, what is a stack? Well, a stack is just a collection of AWS resources that can be managed as a single unit. So let's go ahead and give this stack a name. Let's see, my first stack seems appropriate. Now in the parameters section, specify the instance type. T2 small is the default choice, but if your environment is fairly large, let's say 100 or more instances, I recommend you choose a larger instance type. Next, for key pair, we can select an existing key pair. This one seems to be conveniently named, so let's choose that one. We'll select our VPC and select your subnet. Now, the subnet that you do select does need outbound internet access. That's a prerequisite to configure Cloud Protection Manager. So you definitely want to choose a subnet that will allow outbound internet access. For your inbound access CIDR, for this video, I'm just going to make it open to the world. But for your environment, if you want to take a stronger security position, you could lock it down to a particular network. In our options page, we can actually accept all the defaults here and continue to spin up or create our stack. But I think I'm going to go ahead and edit a few options. Let's go ahead and give this server a name. Let's see, CF Cloud Protection Manager server. And there's one more option I'd like to change. In the advanced area, we have termination protection. Let's go ahead and enable termination protection. When you enable termination protection, we are not enabling it on the instance, we're enabling termination protection on the stack itself. And since the stack manages all the resources, if you delete the stack, well, then you also delete the instance. So you definitely want to go ahead and enable termination protection to prevent, anybody from deleting your stack and deleting your Cloud Protection Manager server. So from there, we can go ahead and click next. In the review area, we can review the details and the parameters that we sent to our template to create the Cloud Protection Manager server. And if everything looks okay, it looks like we have our tag here as well, and termination protection is enabled, we can just check this box. I acknowledge that AWS CloudFormation might create IAM resources. Yes. Click Create. It did take a few minutes to create that stack. So rather than having you wait, I simply paused the video and snuck in a couple games of Minesweeper. If you're wondering how I did in those games of Minesweeper, good news. Victory never tasted so sweet. I've never won a game before, and that is true. I still haven't won a game. I bombed it completely. I'm just going to stick with AWS. So, if you'd like to get some more information about this stack, simply click the checkbox here to the left of your stack name, and to view the resources created by this stack, click the Resources tab. Here we can see security group, role, instance profile, and the CPM instance created or as a resource. If you want to see a timestamp of when the resource was created, underneath the Events tab, we can see when the stack was created and when it was completed. And it looks like it took about 3 minutes and 3 seconds for Cloud Protection Manager to be up and running in your region. Well, my IT comrades, this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you learned something new, and as always, thanks for watching.